Welcome everyone to EBCW Nitro, Jesus. I wish I can get a do-over on that. But anyway, guys, welcome to Nitro. We have 3 great matches for you guys today, including the World Heavyweight Champion being in action in our main event. So don't go anywhere. Glasgow, Scotland. Welcome to EBCW. Once again, guys, welcome back to EBCW Monday Nitro. And I don't know how I fucked that up, but anyway, guys, this is going to be a good show. First of all, we're starting off with a mixed tag team match, something you guys haven't really seen too often when it comes to EBCW and 2K20. Just because I just don't get any enjoyment out of the matches. Like, I used to, like, mixed tag team matches for me used to be so rare that I just didn't care, like, what happened, like, you know, if they were on the card or not, because again, they were so rare, especially in like games like, you know, SmackDown versus Raw 2011. I can't recall. I can probably count on maybe both my hands how many mixed tag matches I had, and that was and I've been playing that game for almost 10 years, so there goes that. And I think the amount of time I've played, you know, in SmackDown versus Raw 2011, I played probably more, if not equally, to the amount of mixed tag team matches I played in 2K20. So, how much has changed in 10 years? Quite a lot. Anyway, the Phenomenal One, AJ Styles, still your United States champion here in EBCW. I don't know how he's been able to do it. I've been throwing some pretty good challenges at him. First Apollo Crews at Money in the Bank, and then most recently at Backlash, Oni Lorcan. Those two guys had a hell of a fight. And yet here he is, still United States champion, and he's just that damn good, man. He's just that damn good, if I do say so myself. And his partner is someone that thinks that they're pretty good when they're more or less decent, if not above average, and that's Charlotte. I don't know, man. I'm not the biggest Charlotte fan, and I can probably tell you that putting the NXT Championship on her was probably one of the worst ideas for the division, because since then I feel like the women's division in NXT just, it's not great. It's not great. Now again, I record these episodes way in advance, so whatever I just said could be irrelevant a couple of weeks from now. But in terms of right now, and the point of me recording this video, I don't think putting the title on Charlotte did any good for her, and especially because she's being shown on Raw and SmackDown consistently. It's good exposure for the NXT Women's Championship. It's overexposure for Charlotte in general, and that's where I'm like, ugh. Anyway, but that's besides the point. This team that they're facing is pretty odd. I'm not gonna lie. Like, Scott Hall and Candice LeRea. Like, I know Candice's husband Johnny Gargano's on Monday Night Raw, but the fuck is Scott Hall teaming with Candice LeRae for? That's the other thing I don't like about these mixed tag team matches. It's like it's one solid team, like one team that is definitely a team, because we've seen them on Mixed Match Challenge, and I did watch the first season of Mixed Match Challenge. It wasn't anything special in my opinion. I was just like, I'm not into it. So, but it's always like one solid team that we've seen from the most recent Mixed Match Challenge season, and then mixed with a completely fuck-off random team like Scott Hall and Candice LeRae. Like, just before this match, when I was finishing up some matches on Monday Night Raw from the previous EBCW episode, I was doing a match with the Monster Eclipse, Braun Strowman, and Ember Moon, and I was facing Mia Yim and Bret Hart. Like, that's how random this shit is. Like, I don't know why I can't just face established mixed tag teams, but I don't know. It is what it is when it comes to this game. At this point, I've just given up with this game completely, and I'm just making content because I want to entertain you guys while we're sitting here in our fucking homes against our will, practically. But that's a different story for a different time. Go check out my, COVID-19 is killing fun video I made about a month ago now. Candice LeRea, though, I don't know if you guys watch NXT. She turned heel recently, her and Johnny both, and I can't really tell if I'm into it or not. It's just so weird seeing these two that probably should remain, baby faces their whole career. It's so weird to see them as a heel. I'm not used to it. I don't know what you guys think about it. I don't know. I'm not completely sold on it yet. That's a to be determined. You have to wonder if Scott Hall wins this match. If Scott Hall pins the champion, which is highly unlikely, he might get an opportunity at Extreme Rules for the United States Championship. I mean, we've done it before in previous episodes where champions that get pinned are, they have to defend the title against the person that pinned them. It's going to happen at Extreme Rules with Paige, and it's going to happen with No Way Jose, begrudgingly, when he pinned, what's-his-face? Eric Young, who's also on this card but not being featured. Oh, shit. I should have reversed that. Coming up as well, we have Mr. Money in the Bank Sting facing off against Lars Sullivan. It's going to be our next match. And then our main event, again, is Roman Reigns, World Heavyweight Champion. He's going to be facing off against Bobby Roode, of all people. Because Bobby Roode is on Nitro. I forgot I even put him there, to be honest with you. Ow. Now we're getting a pinfall. Are you fucking serious? If it's one thing I do know, though, is that Charlotte is I can tell you I'll probably beat Charlotte, or no, I'll probably beat Candice with Charlotte. That's one thing I will say, because in the game she's pretty strong. Charlotte may be OP as fuck. She's kind of like the female Roman Reigns. That's people hate when others say that, but I'm of the opinion that at this point in time, Charlotte is essentially the female Roman Reigns. And because of that, that makes her OP in WWE games. Well, at least ones before 2K20, because we've seen that all the other OP characters, they're not as OP in this game as they used to be. And that's just a fact, Jack. Throw her against the, spinning neck breaker. Let's head back in and regain some stamina. Because, God forbid, I gotta do a submission hold. I have this strategy where I try to keep at least the second and third bar of health completely full for any possible submissions. It works for me mostly with Shayna Baszler, because Shayna Baszler's finisher is essentially a submission hold. That's all she does is a submission hold. Charlotte, on the other hand, she's got that natural selection, or what is it called now? Bow to the Queen. I don't know what the fuck. I don't know. I mean, I like natural selection a lot better. And then she's got the figure 8, which is that, higher up figure 4. So regardless of what I got to choose, I got to make sure I have at least one in there. And the second time that's happened today, where I got absolutely obliterated, and then the other tag team just decides to tag themselves in, as if that's going to really do them any favors. And now quick strikes here by AJ Styles. Great job. Charlotte's all fucked up on the outside. Oh shit. Come on. There we go. Bingo. Bingo. Nice insecurity there by the United States champion AJ Styles. I think out of all the divisions in... Oh, wow, I'm surprised. Oh, wow, he landed on his feet. Holy shit, that's a first. With all the divisions here in EBCW, I think the United States champion division on Nitro is probably the least... I don't want to say least depth. It only has the least depth because I've come to realize that when it comes to title matches and... Again with that bullshit. When it comes to title matches or any sort of number one contendership, I realize that there are matches, there are games in WWE 2K out there that are much, much better when it comes to that. Let me see if I can get it, and I did not. I'm gonna, drag him away from Candice because I feel like if I hit the Styles Clash on him here, I might win. I might win. Yeah, but the point I'm trying to make is this game is so broken that the core function of Universe Mode doesn't even work, which is title matches, divisions, #1 contendership spots, that sort of deal. You'd think that a WWE game would have this down by now, but Lord, what the fuck do I know? And I come to realize that just before I started recording this, so the proof is in the pudding. I can show you. 1, 2, 3. I don't know what the fuck Candice LeRea was doing, but Phenomenal Flair, AJ Styles and Charlotte, they just got a nice win there against a competitive tag team. I'll say that much. I mean, Candice and Scott Hall did a better job than the last mixed match, or the mixed tag team. I don't even know what the fuck I'm saying anymore. The last mixed tag team I faced. So they put up more of a fight, and I appreciate that. But hey, is this something I enjoyed putting on EBCW? Not all that much, to be quite honest with you. But that's just how it is. Anyway, guys, Mr. Money in the Bank, Sting, he's up next. I hope you enjoy. It's going to be a lot of fun. And I will see you guys then.